Hello, and welcome back to my booktube channel. I know this video is a little bit delayed by about a week, but you know what they say, better late than never. Said I was going to try to be more consistent. This is 2 videos in like a month. That's good enough for me. This is going to be a January wrap-up, February TBR, of which I've already finished one. I read this book. I know you can probably see it. Read that hoe in like 3 days. Anyway, January wrap up first and foremost. We want to talk about blazing through a book. All right, that would have been Forge of Darkness by Steven Erikson. This is not a short book by any means. It is, I would say, on one hand, much denser than Book of the Fallen. Prose wise, family tree wise, especially, because it's all about the Teist. But on the other hand, it kind of has a more straightforward plot, if that makes any kind of sense. Denser, more complicated, but also more straightforward. This book is introspective and depressing for sure. It has almost none of the humor that the main 10 and I guess the 2 Witness books have. It's pretty just cut and dry, dark, upsetting stuff, and it is so good. First book of the year candidate. I give this a 97 out of 100. It could be a 100 out of 100. I don't know. It may be Erikson's best book. We'll see. Carcanus, Stevie, please finish Walk in Shadow. I'm going to be reading Fall of Light in a couple months. This book, very, very good. Also, so much cool shit in here. You get Azathanai stuff, a lot of stuff with Draconis. Of course, this whole trilogy is the sundering of Glen. I believe it's Glen. The Teist being split into, the 3 different races. I was gonna say species, but that races that we know of from the main 10. So yeah, really cool shit. Second book I read in January, not as fun. Path of Daggers by Robert Jordan. This is book 8 in the Wheel of Time. No real notes. It wasn't good. It wasn't horrifically bad. It kind of just put me to sleep. Book 1 of the slog. Book 2 of the slog, depending on who you are. Book 1 of the slog. On to the next one. After that, I listened to A Drink Before the War by Dennis Lehane. This is my 4th Dennis Lehane book, and I think it may suffer a little bit from just expectations. I've read Mystic River, loved it. Shutter Island, loved it. And The Given Day, which was really, really good. A Drink Before the War is the first book in the Kenzie and Gennaro series. It's also the first book Lehane published, and you can tell. The characters aren't as deep. I don't know. I think I was just expecting too much out of it, and it didn't quite live up to, what I wanted from a Dennis Lehane book. But it was still good. Just not Mystic River, Shutter Island, Given Day. After that, I read First Man of Rome by Colleen McCullough. This is book 1 of Masters of Rome. I think there's 6 or 7 of these books. It's long as shit. I read the first 350-ish pages of this last year, and I liked it. I just had a lot of shit going on, put it down, never came back to it. But Alan from the Library of Alexandria is doing, a read along of the first 3 books of this. So I said, all right, I'll pick it back up and I'll finish it this time. And boy, yeah, it's, on one hand, it's pretty cool. A lot of history, a lot of info dumps. Where I think McCullough kind of fails, however you want to look at it, is this book is very tell-y and not showy. So much really cool shit that she could have had in this book, and she's just like, nah, I'm not going to show you any of that. It'll just literally be like building up and building up and building up to a battle, a war, and then she'll just be like, oh, and so with this 40,000 barbarians were slaughtered, and here's another 100 pages on their homecoming to Rome. I'm like, man, you didn't give me anything good. There's also one part in the book where Sulla is like meeting with, I think it's like a king's son. I don't remember the names. There's so many names in this book, so many characters. But Sulla is meeting with a king's son. He's like, oh, if you lead me through the middle of the enemy camp in the middle of the night, and nothing goes wrong, then I know I can trust you. And they do this whole thing, but like, it's over in like a page. None of the cool stuff, like them maybe trying to hide or, get through this camp. None of it. It's just like, and so he led Sulla through the camp, and now I know I can trust you. My brother. All of the characters talk really over the top, bombastically. Almost a lot of the dialogue I read, kind of as a Monty Python movie, because that's how they talk. It is like part soap opera, part Monty Python movie, part historical text. I had really high hopes. Did not live up to them. Just far too passive for me. I gave it 2.5 stars. I read The Fall by Ryan Cahill. I have read the first book, whatever the fuck it's called, of Blood and Fire. I've read of Blood and Fire. I listened to it on audio. I don't remember shit about it. So I want to get back into these books because there's got to be something about them. So I read The Fall. First little short novella. It's fine. In my review on Goodreads, I wrote that, yes, Cahill in this Bound in the Broken series, it's derivative. It's derivative of Tolkien, of Jordan, of all those who came before him. It's even derivative of probably McCaffrey and Paolini. I mean, Dragon Rider fiction can only be, so original. But I don't think Cahill is trying to be any of those people. I think he is trying to be epic fantasy's Pierce Brown, to the point where these books aren't, you're not supposed to think too hard on these books. You're supposed to just go like, hell yeah, that shit's sick as fuck. And that's really all this was. There's about 4 POVs in this 90-page novella. I don't care about any of them. It's just one big siege / betrayal. That's it. It's fine. Yeah. And then I read the first Dying Earth book by Jack Vance. Not J.D. Vance. Jack Vance. Fuck J.D. Vance. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. This, obviously a big inspiration on Book of the New Sun. So, I read the first Book of the New Sun book. I wanted to read this. And I read this because it's part of a little book club. So, I read the first one. It was good. I thought it was absolutely hilarious how it's so over the top like early sword and sorcery, where the characters are just like, oh, you've fallen into my trap, and now I will do this to you, and cast this spell on you, and you will not be able to get out of it, and then I will do this. And the other character's like, oh, but I have this magic item, and he's like, no, my plan is foiled. It was funny. It was good. I'll continue. Like 3.5 star. But alright, 3 star, I guess. Not quite 3.5, but yeah, 3 star. I will continue this. This is the first 4 books in the bind up. So yeah. Dying Earth, it's cool. Okay. That was Scatterbrained. But we're through it. On to the February TBR. The book I've already finished. Misery by Stephen King. This is the last big, well-known Stephen King book I really have to read. You know, we got the big snowstorm, late January, early February. I said this is the perfect time to read Misery. It's short. February is month of the short book. 300 pages. Knocked this out in 3 days. No further comments. You have to wait till the February wrap up. So the next book. Alright, next book. The one I'm currently reading. Let the Right One In by John Ajvida Lindqvist. I don't know. I'm pretty confident on the first and last name. I don't know how to pronounce this middle name here. Vampire book. Sweden. Alright, Sweden. I like the Swedes. They're pretty chill. My favorite band is Swedish. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Swedish book. Swedes are cool. This is interesting. I'm about halfway through it. Yeah, this is obviously a there's a Swedish movie, an American movie, and apparently a Showtime original series. Let the Right One In. A vampire book set in cold, wintry, snowy Sweden. Are we sensing a theme here? It's cold. It's February. So, Winter's Heart by Robert Jordan, book 9 of the Wheel of Time. I'm gonna finish this fucking series this year. I've been reading it since 2017. I'm going to finish it. Winter's Heart. I am that far through the book. However far you want to see that is. About 600 pages. You remember what I said about Path of Daggers? Yeah. Okay. Last 2 I got. 3 I got here. Before I forget, I'm just gonna say, bang. Half His Age by Jeanette McCurdy. I'm going to listen to the audiobook of it. Yeah, no notes. Black Company. I'm coming back. The Silver Spike. I was going to punt this to read this other book here, but I think I'm just going to try to do them both. Black Company books are short. I think it's only like 200 and some-ish pages. Silver Spike, I believe, is still the characters from the first 3. So yeah, I'm going to read Silver Spike, and then we can continue on with Shadow Games and Dreams of Steel. I want to start making my way through Black Company again. I enjoyed the first 3 books quite a bit. Just haven't got back to them. And now this one. Once again, Alan, Library of Alexandria, doing a read-along. 1 book every 2 months. As in, they are being split into 2 months per book. With Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm feeling the itch. I'm going back to Westeros. And I'm going to reread, for the 3rd time, A Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin. Yes, it is true. I never finished my second reread. I have Feast for Crows over here with my bookmarks still in it. We're just gonna start over. Why not? Join the read along. We're gonna have a grand old time. I love this series. This is probably my number 2 series of all time after Malazan. George, you're a good man. I don't even care if you don't finish the books. I love you for what you have given us. Take your time. He's not gonna watch this, but if he does, you got all the time you need, big dog. Okay, that's it. I remember. I'm gonna listen, or at least try to squeeze in the first Cahill book of Blood and Fire on audio again. And actually pay attention to it this time, hopefully. So yeah, that, I promise, is it. Yeah. A lot of reading to get done, but we're gonna do it. Video's a little late, but once again, better late than never. Got my trusty monster. This is going to propel me to reading all of these books by the end of the month. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun jazz. And I will see you guys in the next video.